got this going. All right, we're on there. On there. All right, let's do this. Welcome to the best damn trucking show on the interwebs. What is going on with fuel, dude? Check this out. $4.86 national average. Jumped almost 25%, dude. Holy crap. Holy crap, holy crap. Yeah, what are you going to do? I mean, obviously, there's not much we could do. The only thing we could hope for is that this gets resolved pretty quickly and the fuel prices go back down. I see that today already the brokers, they are starting to already, like, no, the gas prices are higher, so I do see that they're coming up on their rates a little bit. They were giving out a little bit better money today, so we're definitely going to get into all that crap today. What else do I want to talk about? The rates, the brokers' rates, like I said, we're going to talk about that. They are bringing them down. The market looks like it's decent, at least like east of the Mississippi, maybe a couple more states. Right now, I think if you're going over the road, like coast to coast, I don't think that's the way to do it, man. I don't think that's the game plan right now. And if you live on the West Coast or you got to get home shit like that, then that's messed up for you, because it looks like going to Cali and like Washington, Oregon, all that stuff, it looks like it's going to be a rough one to try to get out of there and keep making enough money in order to, you know, to keep up with the fuel prices right now. You know what I mean? Mike Strike Mike, what's going on, bro? And we got $5 per mile. Brokers posting fake ghost loads today. Yeah, I mean, those are probably those shady ass brokers. The real brokers are still posting regular shit, right? So we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into like brokers. What's up with freight brokers? And they tell you to track on their app. You send them a tracking link. They're still hitting you up like every hour, like, hey, is the driver loaded or loaded? Look at the damn fucking tracking, bro. Is the driver moving away from your pickup location? If so, it means he's loaded, dude. Mark it in the system, you know what I mean? And then they want you to use this macro point, and then you gotta like, dude, do all this, dude, Jesus Christ, man. Like, this is getting out of, like, I understand we gotta keep communication. I get it. But like, if you're a good dispatcher, you know, you're gonna communicate with the broker if something goes bad. If you're not communicating with them, that means, you know, everything's good, everything's going, you know, going smooth, right? So I want to get into that a little bit as well. And then I want to like really talk to people about staying in hot markets. Like right now, you really need to stay in hot markets, dude. You can't be just going anywhere, going to some BS areas. Because if you want to make it and you want to beat these gas prices right now, you have to make sure that you're getting, you know, like good rate per mile right now. And just going out anywhere, I just don't think that's a good idea right now. I don't think it's a smart idea. You better just keep short miles, spend less on fuel, and then, you know, just make your money that way. I think that's what's going to happen, right? Produce from Cali is paying good. I haven't checked the produce rate, but if you got a reefer, yeah, I think if you got a reefer, you're doing all right most of the time. I would just be scared to go out there just in case you get stuck in one of those shitty areas if you got to take a load. Because like California is far away, dude. And like literally everything east of the Mississippi right now is just on fire, dude. Pretty much everywhere is on fire. Looking for 40-foot hotshot, man. Unfortunately, that's not, we can't help you with that. The show's about big trucks. I always said tracking app or phone calls, not both. Yeah, I agree with you, dude. I agree with you, but they're getting a little crazy with the stuff, dude. Oh, and then I booked a load with TQL today, bro. Just so everybody knows, dude. Over 10 years, no TQL. I did it today. That's absolutely wild. I couldn't believe I did it, but what are you gonna do, bro? Sometimes you gotta do it. When they throw some money at you, you gotta dance, you know what I mean? It is what it is. People are just still picking up for cheap load. Yeah, right now, I don't know, man. You shouldn't be like, I get it to take the load like a little bit cheaper. Like say if you got like $4 a mile going into an area, take $2, you know, get out of there and go to another good area. I understand that, but right now to be taking cheap loads is definitely, you know, you shouldn't be doing that right now, dude. You just can't do it. Do you think we're gonna get replaced by AI? I don't know, man. It is what it is at this point. I'm already 42, dude. I'm way past half dead already, dude. The only thing, I just gotta worry about my kid, I guess. By the time I die, I don't know. We'll see. But AI, dude, AI can't replace human relationships. Like, sure, you could replace, you know, like tendering loads or, you know, the stupid little AI that they call, and it's like I don't mind these AI emails that like on Parade, whatever. So when you email, they'll be like, oh, this is what we have in the load, and then you tell them what you want. But you see, but another thing that messes them up, thank you for bringing this up, actually. I forgot to write this down and talk about. So like, here's how stupid AI is, right? Like you're saying, are we gonna get replaced by AI? So like Parade, for example, right? Say right now the markets are hot and the broker needs to cover that load. AI is not gonna make that decision because AI can't make the decision. So right now, for example, today, like, you know, I put a bid on Parade, And they're like, okay, we'll get back to you. Then I covered my truck with another broker, and then they called me like, oh, hey, you put this shit in on AI or on Parade, whatever. Do you want to take this off? My dude, like, too late. You know what I mean? Too late. AI is never going to replace a human being, like being able to call a truck in a hot market and try to grab that truck before somebody else grabs it. AI is not going to replace that. There's just no way. You know what I mean? So yes, like everybody thinks that like, you know, AI is so great, you know, cuts down on cost. But at the same time, like AI is really costing people money where they don't see it yet. Like these big freight brokers really don't see how much money AI is costing them just by losing trucks in hot areas or not being fast enough or whatever, right? So I mean that's just my opinion. TQL, I know, dude. I know. Ended my streak, dude. But I had to, man. They coughed up some change, dude. Where the 48 hot shots load at? I have no idea, bro. This is like dry vans, flatbed, refrigerated. But for hot shot, just follow anywhere the flatbed market is hot, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna be all right with that, bro. I was cussing out AI. I just like if the AI calls me, I hang up on them, dude. I won't even do the phone call shit. The email shit, I'll still like kind of do it. But if they call me, I can't do that, dude. That's just too much. The way that nose is running, you've had a lot of, yeah, I wish, bro. You guys keep accusing me. I got a deviated septum. I'm old and I smoke a lot. My nose ain't running. I'm just stuffed up. I need that surgery, bro, but I don't want to do it because then I'm going to be like, I got a sleep apnea mask. So if I do the surgery, I won't be able to sleep for like 2 weeks, dude. I can't do it. I wish, bro. I had a heart attack. I can't even party if I wanted to. And if I did, you guys keep saying this. I keep on saying it. I wouldn't be on the live, bro. I'd be locked in a closet with the carton of Newports and some bottles of Johnny Walker Blue Label, bro. I wouldn't be. I'm not a social snow user, unfortunately, bro. TQL is better than nothing. We only use them. We can't find anything. Yeah. I mean, I just don't like them. I hate them, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. I did it. Too late. Loads booked. Loads picked up. Nothing I can do about it now. If you can't track $15 Amazon package, I should be able to see tracking on a $150,000 load. Nobody said you shouldn't see tracking. Nobody said you should. I agree with you, but don't call me every 5 minutes, bro, and ask me if the shit's loaded. If you're tracking so fancy, it should tell you right away, bro. What up, Josh?
Hey, brother, what you up to, man?
Not much, man. Not much. What's going on?
Shit, you see it just fix and go hook up to my trailer. Worked in the office a little bit today, so you already know.
Uh-oh.
Hanging out.
Yeah, fucking wild, dude. What's happening? Hopefully this doesn't last too long with these fuel prices. But we're gonna.
No, brother. I know you don't like to get into politics on here, but in all honesty, it's not going to, bro. I watched it shoot up from $90 to $117 one night. Like I watched it happen.
Then it dropped right down, right again a little bit.
Yeah,
it went to like 126 or something.
I seen 117,
okay.
And then I kind of cried to myself to sleep. Woke back up, and we were in the 90s. Now we're in the 80s.
Yeah, I mean, as long as the rates go up for the fuel, I think we're gonna be all right. This ain't the first time it's happened. It's not the last time it's gonna happen, but super inconvenient. You know what I mean? Super inconvenient.
But with even rates still high up, like right now, a reefer, I sent you what I did, what me and my brother did this week, and what RPM we were a mile. And fuel only went up about 20, depending on how you drive, man. At the end of the day, if you drive like an asshole, you're going to have to pay asshole money. But at the end of the day, if you drive like a normal person, you take your time, you don't rush things, you're still going to make money, man. I did 289 at 19.5. That's
good. That's definitely good, dude. That's definitely why your sponsor is telling me do the surgery. It's worth it, man. I'm scared to do that surgery, dude. I can't. I can barely breathe as it is, man. If I get that stuff, they said they got to sew something inside my nose, and I got to wait like 2 weeks, bro. I don't know about it. And then I got a rotator cuff fucking torn too. I'm gonna need that. Jesus, I'm falling apart, bro. In my old ass age.
Yeah, dog. It's the hairline.
It's the what?
It's the hairline. Once your hairline starts to disappear, everything.
I already got 2 hair transplants too, bro. I need a 3rd one.
Brother, I haven't even gotten one yet just because I know ain't nobody going to be able to look at me the same. Everybody's done seen me bald.
Who cares, dude? Go to Turkey, bro. Fucking $3 grand.
I have a fucking noggin on me, son. It's going to be more than $3 grand.
Nah, dude. I'm telling you, dude. Turkey's like, I think up to like 3,000 grafts, dude, or more even. Like as money as you could take in the city, they're going to do for you for $3 grand. That includes like hotel and transportation to and from the airport too. It's really not a bad deal.
Oh, I don't don't know, bro. I don't know. I got a head and a half on me. When I tell you I got a dog in, bro.
They're telling you to turn your turn signal off, bro. You guys gonna get them? You guys gonna get them an inspection over here, dude? Tell them to turn his turn signal off.
Look, you know what? I'm in Florida. I might as well not even have turn signals, brake
do
lights,
U-turn, bro.
Like that.
Do U-turn.
Yeah, that's right, son.
Went south fast. But yeah, so I don't know, man. We'll see what's gonna happen. I mean, dude, the rates look pretty good. I mean, they don't look that bad. I mean, they're gonna have to adjust for sure. So we're gonna see what happens, but I just don't see it lasting a long time, dude. I really don't. I don't think it's gonna last that long.
No, brother. I think he's just trying to choke China as much as he can.
Yeah, but
slow China down. This
doesn't make no sense to me. I don't think we should be involved in this whatsoever, dude.
Oh no, we shouldn't at all. I'm 100% there with you. We shouldn't at all. But we don't have free healthcare for a reason. So if we're gonna use it, we might as well fucking use it, baby.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
I really want to say some shit, but I know I can't say it. But I really want to say some stuff. But I'm totally against like this whole Iran thing that's going on, dude.
I'm with you, but if we're gonna do it, we might as well just do it. Why not? If they're gonna say, you know what, we're gonna do this, we might as well just waste the money.
Yeah, but it's pointless, bro. Like, we need to just mind our own business, bro, and worry about our country instead of getting involved with other people's shit. Like, that's not even our conflict, bro. You know what I mean?
It's really not. It's really not.
So I just don't think we should be, involved in that whatsoever. I mean, there's I'm gonna say, dude, I don't know. Everybody wants to always get political, all this shit. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I still think like trucking's in a better place than it was the last 3 years before that. I mean, do I like a lot of the shit that's happening? I don't like whatsoever. But as long as, you know what I mean, the family's getting fed, everything's going good, then I'm not gonna, complain. But we definitely should not be getting involved in this fucking conflict whatsoever, in my opinion.
I'm right there with you. I can agree with that.
But I don't know, man. So I don't know. We're gonna see. Like I keep on telling people right now, I'm telling you guys, stay in hot areas, man. Because I know you go all the way like out west and shit, right?
Yeah, brother. I love the west.
Yeah, but for reefer, it's probably a little bit different, right? Because then you just bounce right back towards the east, or.
So what I usually tend to do, like what I did this week, right? I started off in South Carolina because I got stuck. And I told you about that when I got stuck over the weekend or whatever. So I started off in South Carolina. I got a load for roughly about $220 out of South Carolina. And I went to Oklahoma. From Oklahoma, I got a $5 a mile, $5.98 out of Arkansas, team run to Denver. From Denver, I picked up there with a $3.20 a mile, going down to Phoenix. And then Phoenix, I took
hey, Mo, you gotta lose that background, bro.
I took $2.90 up to Michigan, and then from Michigan.
No, it sounds like shit.
Okay, I'm using the AirPods. Sorry, man. Let me do isolation.
Right,
from Michigan down to Florida, I got $3.15 a mile.
Okay, it's not good. You got 5 something out of Oklahoma. That's not bad at all, dude.
Oh, out of Arkansas. I had a deadhead 200 miles, but it's from TQL, bro.
Oh shit!
Those two loads back to back TQL. Like I'm not talking shit. You got good agents there, then you got some TQL for the most part, and it's shit the bed to a lot of people.
Yeah, I exchanged a lot of DMs with a guy from TQL, bro. I told him today, I'm like, hey, bro, I finally booked the load with you guys. It was fucking funny. He was like, let me get the load
what's
number.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, buddy? How may we help you?
What's up, buddy?
Not much, man. Bro, I've been watching you for a long time, and
thank you, sir.
I was driving for 4 years for like company driver, and I've been for a month and a half as a owner operator.
Okay.
And what's your advice? Do I let my dispatch planning and I do it, or I choose the loads?
I mean, bro, if you have a good dispatcher, you have to let him cook, dude. You know what I mean? Like, you have to let him work.
He's good. He's with a good experience. But, sometimes you get pissed off. Like last week, I got loaded from California back to Memphis to the new post office location. I got stuck there for 2 days to load me.
Yeah, but that's not the dispatcher's fault, right? That's
yeah, correct.
So you know what I mean? Like, you can't really, do anything about that. That's gonna happen. Well, what if you break down, bro? You know what I mean? Then that's nobody's fault either, right? Because you're broken down.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, like
so. Look,
what's
yesterday, your advice for example, to take the mileages? Okay.
Like, let me give you an example. So, like yesterday, right? I had the week before that, I had a truck that broke down, right? So lost like 2 days. So on Friday, I had her in a good area. So I'm like, let me take good money going to Jacksonville, right? So I took good money going to Jacksonville. It was a 10:30 delivery appointment in the morning. I had a load that picked up for her by 3 p.m. Right in Jacksonville, going to Memphis for like $1.90 a mile out of Jacksonville, which was good, right? So what happened is she gets there, some paperwork's fucked up with the port, and they can't unload the shipment. And now I just, I had a nice little plan. You went down there for good money, bro. Got out of there for, I mean, not great money, but good money considering the area it's at. And you're going to be in Memphis the next day, ready to strike it again. Couldn't get unloaded, lost the load, everything screwed up. Truck had to deadhead up towards Macon, Georgia. I had to find a load, today. You know what I mean? And like shit like that's gonna happen. But I mean, if you got a good dispatcher, he's gonna try to plan it out for you as much as he can to try to make you the most money. But then again, some shit's gonna happen where it's gonna screw your plans up. It's not gonna go the way you want it to go, and shit's just gonna happen. And you just gotta move on and roll with it, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So my main dispatcher, like he have a team. So the one he screwed me over is the after hours, and he said like the one I work directly with, he says I give him a lesson. He shouldn't took this load for you because we got a load like you said, cheap load going to California because we know it's a hot zone. We can get like good loads from California back to the west or east.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's another thing. You see, that's why I just don't understand why people want to go to California so bad. What are you doing? Drive in, I take it, right?
Yeah, driving.
Yeah, that's why I don't get why everybody wants to go to California. Like look how many miles you're losing.
It's bad. Like, it's too many miles plus the fuel is very high. Like I put a fuel for 5.30 cents. That's within my discount.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're driving all these miles at a super cheap rate, right? When you could just drive less, average more, and then cut your expenses down too, right? If you just stayed
because I have a team driving, we're team driving.
Yeah, but even with a team, dude, you can still not do Cali. I mean, you can still bounce. Dude, there's team loads posted everywhere. You can still just do 1,000 miles a day with them. And just because they're a team doesn't mean you got to take team loads. You could take runs that are first come first serve on a pickup and on a delivery, and still bang out 1,100-1,200 miles with them in a day, and just because the way I'm staying right now is dude, as maybe Minnesota, down, maybe Kansas. I'm definitely don't want to do Texas no more, and then everything pretty much east, east of the Mississippi over there, because those areas you're doing all right, and then maybe at the end of the week, when you're up there somewhere, take a super good paying load to Florida or something to bump up the gross over the weekend or something, And
it'll bump up the RPM too going to Florida.
Yeah, definitely will. And then even because I calculated too, even with the money I took from Ohio to Jacksonville, even if I deadheaded up to Atlanta, it'd still be about $260 a mile for a dry.
So to be honest, my dispatch is with all the deadheads that I'm driving, he got me only one load under $2, which is $187. He always give me loads like $3, $4, or $2.40, $2.50. Is that good, right?
Yeah, but except going to California, I take it, right?
To California, I got $271.
$271 going to California?
Oh, that's not bad.
That's really good, dude.
Yeah, it's good. It's not bad. But from Los Angeles, do you think I can get good loads back to?
I mean,
Texas
I don't
East?
I hate California, dude. I mean, I'll look it up, see what's going on with the dry vans current day.
The fuel's not worth it. It may just be better to go to Arizona, but then I don't know the dry van market.
I mean, I don't have a problem with the fuel because, from Arizona to California, it's only 300 miles. So you get full tank before when you get there. It should be enough to get you out of California.
It's looking pretty good, man, in Cali, bro. Oh, it's looking pretty good. There's a lot of freight, dude. A lot of freight. Not that many. Still a decent amount of trucks, but it's not as much as usual. Oh shit. So it's really not looking that bad, bro. To be honest with you.
Okay, yeah. I'm listening to your advice. That's why I joined, because me and my team, we always rush. We always want to get loads. We don't want to stay there. So sometimes we take cheap loads. We just want to keep moving, which is, I think it's wrong. You should wait and bid on loads. And
the way I do it is, if I'm going into say for example, I was going to Florida, I try to find a load early, a day before, or the whatever before, that Friday before for Monday, or Monday morning when I first come in, whatever. But if you're going to a good area, it's really unless I mean I would still look the day before if you get a good rate, take it. But it's because people are going to be more desperate the day of. You know what I mean? In a good area to give you more money.
So let's say an
usually
example.
more volume.
Let's say an example. I'll be in Cali and to the delivery around like 5 to 6 p.m. Hopefully I get empty tonight. If I get empty tonight, you think I should book a load? Like it's always like post office night loads. But if I wait for the next day, I can find live load, which is like most likely like most of the live loads they pay more.
Yeah, I mean, I would just try it, bro. You know what I mean? See what happens. I mean, you're not gonna know until you try, and just pay attention to the market. Because like right now, like Cali looks like it's really good right now, man. Honestly, it really does. There's over 7,200 loads posted. I mean, that's obviously not 100% accurate, but even if you cut that number down, it's still good. And I mean, like, and trial and error, man. Like they've been doing it this way. Try it your way, see what happens, and then what's the worst that could happen? You're just gonna lose one day, and then you'll get the same amount of money or better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're saying bros complain about 271. Yeah, that's going to California. 271 is absolutely crazy, bro. Like, where the hell did you guys get 271 to California from?
From Memphis. I mean, sorry, not Memphis. From Arkansas. Like,
okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I drove like 130 miles deadhead from Memphis to.
But are you counting your deadhead miles for that, or are you counting?
Yeah, with the deadhead miles, I got around this.
Yeah, because a lot of people like don't count their deadhead. I'm like, dude, that's not real RPM. You got to count.
No. I count the deadhead miles.
Yeah,
sometimes I drive like 300-400 miles. Like one time I drove from Ohio to Michigan, deadhead miles, like almost 350 miles, and I got loaded from Michigan to Minnesota. I got it for really good rates. With a deadhead, I got it for $4.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm scared of California, dude, because if you go all the way out there and then it's like dead, you really just went out there and now you're stuck, dude. And then if you look at the areas around it, it's like nothing appetizing around there. Nevada sucks, Arizona sucks, Northern California sucks. Then you really start getting into bad areas like Colorado and New Mexico. You know what I mean? Like it's scary out there, dude. If you go out there and
Here's my question. I'm from Houston, so we have lanes going to New Jersey and we have lanes going to Utah. So for Utah, I always get stuck. So do you think if I go to New Jersey is better or Philadelphia is better for me going towards Utah?
I mean, that's a specific. I mean, I don't want to lie to you. I have no idea, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, Philadelphia's been, doing pretty good, but I mean, I don't think the rates are going to be. I mean, I don't know. Utah's a little bit different. They probably pay a little bit more. But like to California, for example, if you're going to be like in Jersey or PA, I don't see them wanting to pay you a lot of money out of there. But going to Utah, I'm not sure. These are markets I'm really unfamiliar with, so I don't want to, give you bad advice. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But
when do you think I could activate my DOT and start to use my authority?
I mean, you could activate anytime you want, but you got to remember, man, like it's going to be hard. You know what I mean? No inspections, brand new MCs. It's going to be hard to get freight, brokers to use you. So right now you're just running under a company, just leased onto, and then the dispatcher's over there?
I have my LLC, but I'm running under a company, and their dispatchers, I use their dispatchers and I give them 13.5% for them.
Okay, that's not too bad.
And my insurance is expensive. Like I pay like $2,000 a month for the insurance. This company, yeah,
that seems a little bit steep.
Yeah, damn, you're being raped, man.
Uh-oh.
I mean, that's their.
What's up, Bobby?
How's it going, sir? How may we help you today?
I'm just here listening, man. Looking at you spot load brokerages and drivers just complaining.
Oh yeah, everybody's always doing it all the time. Not as bad as Zuckerberg, bro. That place is bad, dude. I got one guy. He has it out for me for some reason, dude. Even right now he's like commenting, bro, calling me like a garbage pail kid and shit. Dude's like 60, 65, bro, on the interwebs talking shit to people. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh no, dude. I move mostly contract freight dedicated for y'all, so.
Oh, where at?
All lower 48, but SoCal inbound, outbound, that's my heaviest lanes there, dude, for like large enterprise shippers like Nike and stuff like that. AWS, Apple. I move a lot of high value loads.
Are you a trucking company or a brokerage?
So I'm gonna use that fancy word, Bobby, consultant.
Okay, understood.
But I do have 28 MCs.
28, Jesus Christ, bro. Are you
Yeah,
sure?
they're 300 plus trucks plus.
Are you
different equipment types.
Are you sure you're not from Chicago, bro?
Born and raised, brother.
There, and fucking knew it, dude. That's actually not a
But
bad
not
idea,
for-
bro. Like,
but not Elk Grove Village, dude. You know, it's actually working, man. Because I started a broker. I built Amazon Relay. I worked there for 10 years at Amazon. Built their brokerage. I built many of different their modalities, and so like surface transportation. I did the third party. I did the private fleet. So intermodal, steamship lines. I built, and then I built a relay in 34 countries. I rolled it out, right? But after that, I started my own brokerage. But dude, this model works even better, man. Like I take a commission on the carrier side, and the shipper works directly with the
so
with the
basically,
asset carrier.
that's what I was gonna ask you. So what do you do? Just go to big trucking companies, have a lot of MCs, be like, hey, I'm gonna get you customers, and you just pay me a percentage.
Yeah, I'm outside sales essentially.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I see. I thought about doing that like a while ago, dude. I was like, dude, I should just find
Bobby, it's the best thing, dude. You don't have to worry about taking on the risk of taking on the loads. You know, if you have your brokerage and just the operation, the overhead, dude. I have no overhead, dude.
So yeah, all you do is set up the customer for the big trucking companies, and then they sign a contract with you, and then they just pay you what, like 2-3% of every load or something.
They pay me about 5%. No, they pay me 5% of gross. I just don't charge them accessorials.
Well, that's not bad actually, bro. Because like a good dispatcher gets paid about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I find them, contract high volume freight, and I connect back. I create their network. I change. Some trucking companies have 300 to 800 trucks, and 90% of their mix is not spot, 10% contracted. Dude, I flip that, man, and it changes their lives. They become more efficient. I do introduce a lot of machine learning into their network. Like there's a company called Fleetline.ai that replaces dispatchers essentially, and it's just much more efficient, man. They can do, they can connect loads and what the driver preferences are in our network preferences or the carrier's network preferences. And dude, we just make money, man. We know what shippers to target. We bid on their freight aggressively. We hedge our fuel. We buy fuel contracts. So like these spikes now, dude, we're capped. We still get the discounts at the pump with our vendors. We bring a lot of small to mid-sized trucking MCs to the, work like a mega kind of, and it just works, dude. And they grow.
Now, quick question: do you have to do the bidding for them, or are they doing the bidding by themselves?
So both. It's usually we just have the carrier just bid directly, and we just give them benchmarks. Like we'll give them sonar data, market benchmarks. I hate DAT. And then the carrier goes from there. They'll look at the benchmarks and they'll adjust their pricing, or they'll go to different rounds and use those market benchmarks.
So yeah, that's I was actually really like thinking about this like not too long, maybe like a year or two ago. I was like, bro, I should just go find trucking companies that have a bunch, because I already have the whole like implemented system of like how to find the customers, like how to email them, and how to set like the whole process already like set up. I just hate the process of closing them and then fucking operating and then having people try to do like that part pisses me off. I hate doing that, dude. It's just too time consuming for me. Especially with everything going on right now. But dude, if I was able just to connect like trucking companies with customers, I think that would be like such a fucking easy payday.
Bobby, I think you should give it a shot. You'd be surprised how much less work you'll do. You just pretty much, you do have to close the cycle on the sales piece and always be on top of that piece, but you're not involved in the operations as much. You will be occasionally when the customer asks for it, but that's it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's, I deal with customers all the fucking time, so that's not a big deal. And that's the fun part anyways, right? It's just like making sure they're all good, making sure you send them some gifts, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. That's the fun part. It's just the bad part is like dealing with the operations every single day. And then you got to worry about if the trucking companies, you got to make sure they're taking care of them too, right? Because then, dude, that's actually a super smart idea, bro. Because you're like literally getting paid like what a good dispatcher gets paid just to find the freight, and then you're sitting there just collecting a commission check every week or something.
It's mailbox money, literally. But now there is some stresses with it, right? Like some stuff does keep you up at night. But you make the carrier look good in front of the customer, and you'd be surprised what the carriers pay you outside of commission, dude. Like, what you're saying, if you're doing any process improvements like SOPs and like they're helping their sales team or the dispatch team, dude, you say, hey, this is my price, like know your worth, man. Like, and they pay you for it, man.
Charge them extra.
Oh, absolutely, dude. A la carte.
Yeah, I mean, because dude, it's a lot of work, man. The whole fucking process is fucking hard, and that's why like a lot of people don't even know how to do it, man. Like to set everything up, dude, just get all the fucking emails, all the contacts ready, the whole process of nobody even knows that like different. You need so many different mailboxes in order for it not to go to spam. Like just to do blast emails and do all that kind of dude. That's not easy task, bro. That's what I mean. That's a lot of work,
It is different. Yeah, I mean, it's a grind, man. But if you have relationships in the industry, you start there, man.
Yeah, plus if you're shooting them emails with a company that has 300, 400 trucks, I think that's like shooting fish in a barrel, bro.
Dude, legit. Like, I go with like, hey, this is how much capacity I have. You're bidding directly with the carrier. There's no broker margin. And when it comes to carrier performance, like I did that for over a decade, and I know how to get these carriers in line and how to improve like pickups and drops and whatever the metric that they're looking for, right? And dude, you'd be surprised like how much shippers are like, holy shit, can you bid on this type of volume, And dude, you just and then you just start connecting the MCs, man, building their networks, and you just start printing money, Bobby. Like it's so much better than a brokerage, dude. Because you have your upsides and your downsides when the market flips, and dude, fuck that bullshit.
Yeah, the brokerage shit's rough, dude. You know what I mean? Like the brokerage shit's rough. It's just like, and especially good luck trying to get a hold of a customer through a brokerage, bro. Like they're not gonna want to talk to you. Like it's very hard unless you have a personal relationship already with somebody or you get like a good referrer or something. But if you reach out to any kind of like transportation manager, logistics manager, and you show them like Safer says 300-400 trucks, they're gonna be like, yeah, they're gonna be all over that shit. The same thing like Home Depot, bro. You know what I mean? Home Depot, like what is I think 250 plus, or they don't even want to talk to you if you don't even show up with that many trucks at the door to them.
Yeah, Costco is 500 minimum.
Is it? Yeah. So then Walmart obviously just started doing. Now they're doing like 10 plus, but before to get into Walmart, same thing. I think it was like 250 before they even.
Well, Walmart's just late to the game. They're competing with Amazon and TikTok fulfillment, like with the third party fulfillment and drop shipping, like faster speed. So like. That's all Walmart's doing, dude. They're building their own surface transportation truckload LTL brokerage.
Damn, this guy's gonna have me jump off this live and then make videos about, hey, are you a trucking company that has 300 or more trucks? Let me talk to you for. Let me talk to
Bobby,
you for a minute.
You'd be surprised, brother, how many trucking companies will like. You have to. They just don't pick any schmo off the street, right? You have to have leverage in the industry, and I'll be honest, like with Amazon behind my name, and the amount of money, and I awarded these guys a lot of freight at Amazon, a lot of contract lanes. Because we were reducing the megas and the mid-sized brokerages out of Amazon's network and then introducing the smaller MCs, which is like the public knows, like they see all these shitty drivers pulling Amazon trailers, but it's a necessary evil, man. It's just that's a whole nother conversation.
Dude, people like this is the wild part, bro. People be buying fucking MC numbers with Amazon. Just like I don't know what they're doing. Are they like pulling scams or what are they doing? Like are they like just like?
They violate Amazon's relay terms of service. So they either using bots to scrape the load board. Dude, there's so much fraud at Amazon. They're in the beginning they were closing out loads without delivering them. Close out empty trailer movements, which Amazon any given week does about 400 to 600,000 empty trailer movement repositions in the network. And it was, when you're at that scale, dude, you're bound to have a lot of fraud. So that's why Amazon bans these MCs. A lot of double, triple, quadruple brokering. Dude, there was a guy with one truck MC that was booking about 300, 600,000 loads a day. And just like he had his own private load board with all these trucking companies on there. There's like so many scams on there.
Oh, is that what they're doing? Oh, yeah, because now they got those Telegram groups, right? And then they be just like selling the Amazon loads to each other?
Oh, absolutely, dude.
That's what they do.
The majority of fraud is internal too. So like really operational center, what they call ROC. Like a lot of those, they're overseas in India, and the Philippines, and some of the daytime operations here in Arizona. But like those guys get paid pennies, right? And like they get these bribes from these trucking companies, and dude, they take it. And then a lot of dude at Amazon scale, they even like in their metrics, their daily, weekly, and monthly, quarterly business reviews, they count this fraud in, but they do try to reduce it. But that's why you see those the long answer to your question is that's why those MCs are so valuable, because they want to learn, like they learn like from their mistakes of committing that fraud, and they want to get back in and do some other type of fraud, or they want to be legit. It's either one or the other.
Were you paying attention when those Armenians got busted in Cali for like stealing like $80-something million with the Amazon loads?
Dude, yeah, that one just got media attention, but that's actually happens more often than you think, though, Bobby. A lot of freight fraud at Amazon for sure.
So that, yeah, I mean, but I'm sure they're making so much money, like it's like, you know, pennies to them. But I mean, that's still a lot of stuff, man.
But fraud is fraud. It impacts the customer at the end of the day. If Bobby can't go online and buy now, that's a problem if the product's not there on the virtual shelf, you know, inside of our warehouse or in their warehouse. That was a problem, dude. Like a lot of product, like our system would say, like, hey, we're short like a fucking 1.1 million units. Like, what the fuck? And it was because of line haul. That's a problem, dude.
Did you see that Tucker Carlson's nicotine pouches got the little pouches got stolen?
Yeah, I saw that, dude. The article.
Crazy, bro. Not as, and then last year, who got hit? What's it? The food guy, bro. The wild hair guy. What the fuck's his name? Seth or what's his name? Guy something Feroci.
Was it tequila shipment, right?
Yeah. So
dude, that's tough, man. That's tough to swallow.
Yeah, that's nuts too, bro. I figured like ATF would be all over that because that's alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, dude. I'm surprised those, like, some of these criminals are not that bright, dude. They're really going like after stuff that they really shouldn't be going after. That's how they're gonna get caught. And I know Amazon had to fucking make some nice donations to somebody over there in California because otherwise they wouldn't even give a shit about that fraud. Like, I think just because Amazon's such a big name, they probably have some like political pull, and they got the police to investigate because I don't think the police would even investigate that.
Though I wouldn't give them that much credit, Bobby. It was I'm sure they have some pool on the federal and state level, and I know because I used to have direct contacts, but Amazon would only go after the big fish, so that was probably one of the big fish. A lot of the little guys, they just banned them and like just let it be.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, because like I know for sure the law enforcement in California would not give a shit about it unless somebody pressured them, and that was just like a ring,
I see
bro.
What you're saying, okay?
Yeah, because that ring just kept hitting them to like $80-something million worth of stuff. You know, like 2 years, right? I think 2 or 3 years, they're hitting them for. And the police don't give a shit. We had an issue in California too with some shit that went missing. Dude, try calling the cops. They don't care, bro. They don't give two shits about any of that stuff, dude. Like, we literally like send them all the information. Like, here's the owner of the company. Here's his name. Here's where is he at. Like, you know what I mean? They got picked up like on some bogus licenses, and they're like, "Oh, we can't do nothing about it. These drivers, you know, these are fake licenses." I'm like, "Yeah, I get it, but we're trying to explain to you. Here's no, we're not. Case closed, unsolved." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, they just don't care, dude. So that's why I think Amazon has to step in, like, really, like, ask for a favor or make some donations somewhere in order for them to even care about that, because it's just wild, dude. But damn, dude, you're gonna have me rethinking my whole game plan here, bro, because I'm getting sick of fucking trucking, dude. It's just a headache after just nonstop dealing with all this shit, dude. I don't even want to deal with it no more, dude.
Dude, Bobby, that's why this business came out of necessity, dude. Like, the carriers were calling me, the shippers were calling me when I left Amazon, like, hey, we want to move freight. You know how to move it. I was just like, man, I can't do a fucking brokerage, man. Like, assume all that risk and liability and all that overhead again. And
sorry, because they're asking on a different app. They're asking to break down your model because they don't quite understand what's going on. So basically, he worked at Amazon, right? He has connections in the industry. So he goes out, he'll find trucking companies that have hundreds of trucks, 3, 4, 5, whatever, just 300 plus trucks, 200 plus trucks, whatever. And he contracts with them to get them customer freight. So he'll get the customer freight for them, and then they haul the loads, and for every load they haul with the contract that he gets them, he gets paid a percentage of that load, every single load. And then, so he doesn't have to just do it for one company. He could go around and do it for several different companies and just collect commissions from all that. And it's not double broken. It's none of that shit. He's just actually like a contracted salesman, pretty much, which is 100% on up and up, and a really good business idea, if you ask me. So that's kind of because they're just asking for me to break it down so they can.
Oh, you cannot do it unless you have connections.
Well, that's not true, Mo, because
you could reach out.
A lot of cold outreaches, and I told them the truth, gave them some context, and a lot of them wanted to take the risk on the model, and they said, you know, they got to know me, and they knew I knew how to move a lot of freight at Amazon, inbound, outbound, first, middle, and last mile. So these guys were like, shit, this is no Joe Schmo, you know, and you do gotta leverage your knowledge, man, and like, and you know, in freight sales, a lot of former truck drivers, Bobby, I don't know how much you agree with me on this opinion, but I feel like in sales, a lot of former truck drivers do really well.
Yeah, and I think dispatchers too, bro. I think dispatchers more than truck drivers. Just because, like, if you're a good first off, if you're a good dispatcher, you're looking for customers anyways. You know what I mean? On when you have some time, to yourself or whatever. So you're
It's
always
true, yeah.
trying to hunt that down. And then, like, once you start learning the industry and like the inside and out of it, like, it's kind of like, I mean, if you're working because if you're working at a company that has a lot of trucks, it's gonna be like shooting fish in a barrel, dude. Because, like, it's literally so easy to have like a door open for you if you have a lot of equipment, because everybody's looking for that, especially nowadays where customers want to get away from using brokers and they want to go directly to trucking companies. And I don't think, like, you don't really, like you said, I don't think you really need too many connections, because I guarantee you, yeah, sure, you have some connections, but I guarantee you a lot of business you found was also like from like reaching out cold, right?
Absolutely. You know what was the relationships that I did have with shippers that want to actually move freight, when it didn't materialize because of price, and the cold outreaches, these actually, because of price, because it was a shippers market, for a couple of years there. Like, it was still direct asset pricing, and then we still made a little money, and like, but we don't have to worry about margin, and they like that, the shipper like that. There's no margin, and they have some direct control with the asset carrier. And then you're right, Bobby, about the equipment volume. Like, that's what they care about, like direct, having working directly and building that relationship with the asset carriers. There's no other like it, dude. Like, unlike a broker, there is a market for brokers, dude, because like some shippers, dude, they don't have time to, or the resources to, manage performance and metrics and P&Ls for all these carriers with their shipping. So brokers are always going to have a market. But when it comes to enterprise shippers that have a 500 million, 1 billion freight spend, or, like those guys, dude, they want assets.
Oh yeah,
They're
hundred
heavy assets.
percent. 100% they want assets, bro, because it makes life a lot easier for them. But they want assets that are going to they don't want assets that, 10, 15, 20 trucks where, they want somebody they're going to dump a bunch of freight onto and not worry about like tender rejections and shit like that. You know what I mean? But this is another thing that, like, what I don't understand is, like, they want all that shit, but I don't understand why more shippers don't let, because, like, they're like, oh no, it has to be like you. And then if something happens, like with it, say for example, like you take it under a carrier, you sell it as a broker, shit crashes, something happens with insurance. I think they should be more lenient on opening their contracts up to allowing these people to sell their freight for the overflow that they can't handle, for example, right? Because even if you're a big carrier, like, if you get a bunch of freight, you might not be able to pick up every single load, and I think that should be okay for you to sell it, which people do anyways. Because, dude, most of these brokers that get these loads, they're acting as a carrier, like, you know what I mean, like, which people don't understand. That's why if you go look, like, say for example, you book a load with like Global Trans or something, or like Schneider, JB Hunt, you know what I mean, like, do you think JB Hunt tells other customers they're selling their freight? No, they don't.
Oh no, they don't. But it's in their agreement. It's in their MYA. They call it multi-year agreements, or their terms of service,
So they
depending
probably
on
redline the
what.
contracts, and then
Oh yeah,
you know.
dude. JB Hunt, dude. Their purchasing power is crazy. Like, they even, like, you're right though. Like, their brokerage arm moves a lot of freight for their shippers. Like, Amazon was one of them.
Yeah, because if they're not railing your shit, you don't see JB Hunt trucks doing cross country runs anymore. Like, I can't even remember the last time I drove on a highway, across the country or something, and seen like JB Hunt trucks in the middle of nowhere. Everything's either getting railed, and they do everything within the like the cities. You know what I mean? Like all their hubs, everything else they send on rail, and then everything else is brokered out. Like, even like I do like Spokane. So, like, for example, like, I got the same customer that JB Hunt has, and JB Hunt, like, I do my own shit there, and JB Hunt had to go because they don't have no capacity there, like with their own assets. So what they do is all the intermodal moves, they run it through the JB Hunt rail or whatever the fuck, I forgot what it's called, Power, right, or something, whatever it's called. So they just broker everything out, but they're still running it like as JB Hunt, but none of it's their equipment. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy what they're doing. And the same thing like Schneider. They'll book loads. They're gonna tell the customer it's under their shit, but then when you go pick it up, it says Schneider on a BOL. So like what they're doing is they're booking as a carrier and then selling it under their brokerage, and nobody says shit to them. So I don't know. You guys still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you can't knock them, dude. Like, in a capitalist society, like those high margin loads, they know what to put on their assets, what not to put on their assets. Like, it's just brilliant, man, on their part.
Yeah, I think I'm
So,
about to
Joe,
steal
I have a
your.
question for you. Do you have employees, or you're running everything by yourself?
I just have about 4 founders that have industry like connections, and that has a lot to do with it. And Actually, a lot of a lot of MCs invested in this company too, because they see the vision in it, and they move freight for the company. So it's kind of weird. And I don't have an MC, I don't have an authority, and I just literally leverage like, hey, I'm a consultant. I know shipping. I'm always in the market, and I've been there in boardrooms, awarding freight, making decisions, manipulating the market. And even though Sonic doesn't believe that, he's small-minded.
Yo, Sonic.
Dude making comments in the chat there, and dude, freight is just there's a lot of money in freight, man. People neglect a lot of supply.
You broke out, bro.
You
A lot of
Oops,
what?
sorry, phone call there. A lot of supply chain, a lot of shippers and manufacturers and the industrial world neglects shipping, the logistics, like surface transportation, freight forwarding, importing. And dude, there's just big money in it, Bobby. You know that.
Yeah, there is. I haven't seen it in a while, but but there definitely is. I had some nice years. You know what I mean? But you're right, bro. Like even like today, for example, right? Because I got a guy that comes in like for some cross docks and stuff, and then like he so he does the drayage, right? So somebody will like hire him to do the drayage, right? So look how many times this one company gave loads to somebody. So that company had to pay somebody else to bring it from overseas to here, right? Then they paid somebody else to bring it through the rail system into Chicago to, I think it came from the East Coast, whatever. And then they hired somebody else to pick up the drayage and then bring it to here to cross dock. And then they paid somebody else to take it to Portland, Oregon. You know what I mean? So like, look how many different people touched one fucking load. You know what I mean? Like, it's just absolutely crazy. And I could have took that shit to Portland because that's what I do. But I seen it too late. I was like, bro, what the fuck? I'm like, I could have done this. But I mean, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. But if you could like find people where you could do like that one thing, everything for them, bro, you just make a little bit of money on every single step, and that's adds up to a lot of money, This guy's gonna.
So Joe, I'm trying. Like, I have a friend of mine. He was a truck driver. He got like 2 trucks. He sold 2 trucks in 2017. When COVID came and everybody started taking loans. Now he have over 150 truck. And he have let's say it's a mid company, and he starts his own company. But he's a smart guy, he thinking just like you. He was a truck driver, but he built his own authority, start doing dispatch, and now he have like 150 trucks. He works with ITS. Like he don't even need to work with Amazon. He works only with ITS and post office. So I'm trying to do the same thing, but I want to learn.
Wait, he only works with one broker?
That's risky as hell.
No. He works with ITS. He works like he have loads from ITS with the US Mail. He works with JB Hunt. He works with JJT Transportation. He have a lot of things, but he's like, he starts his own company, and even he have like employees, like his close friends. They got certificate and they started to be in like brokers. He has his own brokers right now.
Yeah, if you got a big trucking company like that, you definitely probably should have a brokerage, because like whatever loads you can't take, you're gonna have to pop them off, because no matter how big you are, you're not gonna be able to move everything, right? And like when a customer gives you like shit, like if you fall off, that's not good, right? Because then if your tender rejection rate goes past a certain point, then they're gonna throw you off the lane and give it to somebody else. So you have to be able to move their freight regardless, like it is what it is. Like with my customer here that we do, we have like 100%, acceptance rate on every single load, because we do every single one. And then I make sure we do whatever we have to do to make sure that every single load for them is covered,
Okay, Bapi, my question is like, for me, I drive always night shift from 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. I'm trying to find like, a broker or a dispatch team, or just like what Joe do. I'm trying to offer like, hey, I can work for you for free. I just want to learn. Like I could use my tablet, my laptop. I just want to learn whatever you want me to do, like managing loads. And you have a website that can do it. I just want to learn, like to start my own authority.
Well, I'm confused. You want to learn how to what? Dispatch?
Everything, like dispatch and brokers, like what Joe do, like, Do you think it's a good idea? Because I want to learn everything before when I jump in and have like 3-4 trucks.
I I mean, yeah, of course it's a good idea. The more you learn about the business, the better. You know what I mean? That's for
That's
sure.
what I'm trying to do.
But it's gonna be hard if you're driving and trying to do that. I think it'll be kind of impossible. You know what I mean? Start with the bathroom.
I can do it as a part-time for free. I just want to learn.
No, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying, what are you gonna do it from your truck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be kind of hard, bro. Like in order to really like learn, that's why like a lot of people like in overseas like DM me all the time, and they're like, "Oh, dude, you know how do I become?" Like, dude, it's like if you really want to learn the in and outs, you have to be in the office, bro. You got to see you got to like physically be here, see what happens, see how everything works. You know what I mean? Like doing something remotely to learn all that stuff, it's hard, man. Like when I first started, like I did everything, dude, from fucking from booking the loads to reloading the trucks myself. Dealing with breakdowns.
You sacrifice. You're not making good money at the first, right?
No,
when
obviously not. You're
start.
not making. No, I was making. I think I started at $10 an hour when I first started doing those.
You see, and then you step by step until you get to where you're at.
Well, I'm still poor, bro. So I don't know. Dude. I'm still poor. So
No.
Yeah, dude.
You want to get a hair transplant, man? I did it twice. I did it in 2018, and I did it in 23.
I know. I mean, I had some nice years. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, the last 3 years just beat the shit out of me, bro. And then, like, I don't know, man. It's just hard to catch up after those 3 years right now. It's
You
rough.
should have your own trucks too. Like you doing this, you should have your own trucks, your own
I
drivers
do. I don't want my own trucks no more, dude. It's annoying, dude. It's annoying. I'd rather do what Josh is doing, dude. Just sit back, collect a check, talk.
It's good, but
shake some hands, kiss some babies, bro. Collect some mailbox money, dude.
Who's gonna teach you? Who's gonna teach you to do that? Who's gonna give you the connections? You know.
Well, no, I already know how to do all that shit. That's why, like, when he mentioned it, like, I was thinking about this like a year or two ago. That's what I was trying to do. But then, like, we kind of got put in a bad position within the company here, so I had to like concentrate my time into trying to fix this. Then I jumped into the social media shit. You know what I mean? So like, my plate's a little full right now with all the shit that I'm trying to do. But
that's too many things in the same time.
You have to, bro. You got. I mean, you have to, bro. I wake up. Like, recently, I've been waking up like 7:30, and I don't get home till like 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? And do it all over again, dude. You got to just keep going until something happens and breaks through, and you start, making money. I mean, the same thing I tell drivers, dude. Like drivers that when the shit was like super hot, it still kind of is. Like why would you take a vacation right now? Like, you know what I mean? You want to wait till it's dead. While you can. Try to make as much money as you can, and when it dies down, then you can maybe take a break. But when shit's starting to catch traction and get going, it's not the time to take a break, man. It's time to put the foot on the gas.
Now it's the time. We think now it's the time is good. Like for me, I take my vacation always. I take it like for long vacation for 2-3 weeks. I take it the end of the year. I take it from like December 20th until like January 10th or 15th.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, this last holiday rush, there's not, I mean, I would have definitely, I was so pissed off that we had, the holiday 2 weeks because it just ruined everything. It was going so good. I don't know, man. I haven't taken a vacation in a while. The only vacation I got coming up is to the trucking convention at the end of March. Besides that, back to the office and working here. All right, guys, listen, I'm about to get off. It's been an hour. I appreciate you guys calling in. A little bit short today, but I got to go do real work. So we'll jump back on tomorrow maybe, or Wednesday or some shit. We'll see. I know I've seen some comments that the barrels of gas are going down again, so maybe this will be short-lived, hopefully. We'll see what happens. And will you take me to Matt's? Yeah, come on down, bro. Come on down, No Limit. You should go there anyways, bro. Brother. All right, no problem, guys. Have a good one. Everybody make some fucking money. And then give me some good news when we jump back on. Peace out.